to the Premier's Community BBQ. Please join me in welcoming to the stage His Majesty King Charles III and Her Majesty Queen Camilla. The Honourable Chris Minns, Premier of New South Wales, and Mrs Anna Minns. The Honourable Prue Carr, Deputy Premier of New South Wales and Minister for Western Sydney, and Mr Brad Holt. It is now my pleasure to invite the Premier of New South Wales to formally welcome our guests of honour.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. And we thank the Darug people for welcoming us onto their lands. For all of us today, what a great honour. We get to tell our family and our friends that we had a barbecue with the King and the Queen.
Premier and Mrs Minns, Deputy Premier and Mr Hull, and Matthew Doyle, if I may say so, for the moving welcome onto the beautiful lands of the Darug people on which we're gathered today. So thank you very much for that very kind introduction. I knew I should have brought the egg timer along with me, just to check that I didn't go on too long. But having visited Western Sydney on a number of occasions over more than 50 years now, from Liverpool to Richmond, it is always a particular pleasure to return to the neighbourhood. And that is why, if I may say so, I am so delighted to be here in Parramatta, an excellent choice for a community barbecue, since Parramatta was a place where First Nations people from around the region also came together for generations to meet and trade food. So it's a particular delight to see and smell all the top tucker here today from Western Sydney's vibrant and diverse community. Ever since I first came to Australia, very nearly, can you believe this, 60 years ago, to attend school in Geelong, and also to hack my way through the bush country around Mansfield in Victoria, the generous spirit of Australians has always made me feel welcome, and that is true again today. So my wife and I are really glad to be back in Sydney, but especially pleased to be here in Parramatta for the first time. It is also great joy to renew my long association with the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, which for more than 200 years has carried out such outstanding work to champion the farming community and the production of the highest quality produce. As we are happily rediscovering today, New South Wales farmers continue to produce truly outstanding food and wine. It is no wonder, I think, that Sydney is world famous for its cuisine, whether it's smashed avo, a pav or a cab sauv, and that is what I hope has been on display. Now, ever since anyway, I must say it is a real pleasure to have this chance to try this produce, but also crucially to meet the people who make it happen, working tirelessly in all seasons and all weathers, and developing an intimate understanding of the importance of caring for nature and making it part and parcel of their endeavours. So being here in Western Sydney also gives me an opportunity to see it before, and that is that Parramatta and the region around it has become one of the most dynamic, enterprising and culturally diverse communities in the world. And I just want to particularly acknowledge the community leaders and volunteers who are here today and who contribute so much to Western Sydney and beyond. As I said when I was in Australia back in 2012, our volunteers are the glue which holds together such a diverse, energetic and determined society. I always have the greatest admiration for them and the wonderful work they do for their communities. So thank you everyone for coming to join us at this Barbie today, and more particularly, thank you for the contribution you make to your local communities and beyond. Thank you, Liz.